Hello everybody, I just wanted to put a video together to show you the basic kit that beginners should bring to the class. I've noticed a lot of people sort of arrive with huge bags full of stuff that they mostly don't need and they don't touch from one end of the term to the next. Here goes, I'll show you. Well, first of all, what I recommend everyone gets is a box. Now this is not this is kind of smallest one of these that I've seen that's commonly available, and it's I think it's a Winsor & Newton. No, it's Create, this one, and it's called the Burren tabletop box easel, and so you can fit most of the stuff that you need in this and just bring this around to the class. When we take the lid up, put the lid up there like that. Okay, and then you can sort of close off the call the wing nuts there, and keep that close. You see there, you've got a surface against which you can put your canvas to paint. So it rests on this lip here, and on the inside, come around here, so you can fit most of what you need. So let's have a look, shall we? We've got our Create brushes. Okay, so that's a simple set of very inexpensive brushes, perfect for the size that we're painting at. Our colours, the colours that I recommend, here we go. Titanium white, cadmium yellow, pale hue. Important you get the right one. What number is it? Well, I don't put the numbers on anymore. Oh well, anyway. Permanent rose, cobalt blue, burnt umber, and ivory black. Okay, there are those things. The solvent that we're going to use to clean the brushes and to do very light dilution of paint. You can use this stuff called Sansador. Can you see it there? Sansador. Use low odour. Essentially, it's paraffin. The one that I really recommend is this one, Zested. It's a very pale label, you can hardly see anything on that. So that's Zested, 2.5 litres, that's almost gone, but I've had that for years. And that's studio safe, it's not a volatile solvent. That's the one I really recommend. It seems expensive at first, but it's better for you, I think, and it works very well. And I always bring out a little pot. I think that's a moisturiser pot from my bathroom, where my wife probably kept it. So it's a little resealable pot, and you can put the Zested or the Sansador in and use it, and then close it off and put it back. And so that means you won't be sort of putting paint into this bottle here, and keep that clean. Okay, what else have we got? Well, the other essentials are, of course, the canvases. And I recommend, you know, my philosophy is paint oils, paint small, paint often. So that's about what you're looking at there. 5 by 7, 5 inches by 7 inches canvas panel. I got that in Evans. Very, very reasonably priced. Look at that. Look at that. Fantastic. And the gesso's not bad either, you know, so the paint holds to those very well, goes on well. I think the largest size that I would recommend, especially for beginners, would be that. That's an 8 by 10 canvas panel. That's kind of almost too big. That's something, I think, if we're painting landscapes or flowers or something, you know, you might want to bring something a bit larger in there. That's 8 by 10 inches. And what else have we got in here? Some people like to use liquid, and that's a glazing agent, and it also makes your paintings dry quicker. So it's a useful thing to have, especially if you've got an exhibition coming up. Vital, very, very important to bring a rag with you to wipe down your hands, wipe down your brushes while you're painting, and occasionally wipe down a painting if it's not going well. It's useful also to have, hang on, let me get this, because I'm using my own equipment. A lot of it's actually been very well used. This one's falling apart, but it's a palette knife. You know, just bring the one. You don't need many, and to scrape down your palette when you finish painting. and maybe sometimes if you want to mix paint with it, some people like to do that. I always mix with the brush, but so there we go. And then you have the box is now empty. The one other thing that you need, which is of course vital, is a palette. And so this, in fact, I know it doesn't look like it, but this was Perspex, or it is Perspex. So it was absolutely clear like a pane of glass when I bought it. But it's kind of ended up looking like wood anyway, hasn't it? And it's not a big palette. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit into the box, which would be kind of a nice idea. But it's not too big. You can carry that around and then scrape it down at the end of the class. What else was I going to say about this kit? You'll notice there's something different about that about this Burren box, because I adjusted it to turn it into a plein air easel. So in fact, I've put in sort of I do have a palette that fits in here at the end of a painting session when you're outdoors and you want to load up. As in my case, I go around on the scooter, so I need to keep everything nice and compact. So I can put my palette in there, and the lid holds it down. And I also reinforced. Let me close that for a second. So I reinforced the bottom. You can see there. I put an extra 6mm of plywood on, and then I put a photographer's plate there for putting onto a tripod. And I think I'll make a video actually showing exactly how I did that one day, because that's very useful indeed, especially when you decide to get the confidence up to go outside to paint in the open air. So that is a beginner's kit. You don't need to bring huge bags of equipment. It's only 2.5 hours, and you won't be using all the stuff that you bring. You don't need extra paints, especially at the beginning, because the paints that I have explained to you earlier on, they'll provide the huge, the widest gamut of colours, and the range of colours, and you'll learn about colour more from this palette than you will from a traditionalist palette. But look, that's the kit. So hopefully I won't see you hobbling along the pavement in front of my house with huge, great big shopping bags. Okay.